we friends? I agree. There's no reason a human and a machine can't be friends, right? I mean, I'm glad you said yes.
I will be getting started here in just a moment.
You look tired today.
I am tired today.
Okay.
She looks so lost. Okay. Computer figured out and see if I can start using it instead of my Chromebook. But right now, I have all kinds of weird stuff going on here. Come on. My bitrate is like trying to dig a hole in the ground beneath my trailer. There we go. Come on. I know you can find the green. Go, bitrate, go.
The most important thing is not to live, but to have a reason to live. That's a quote from Jean Genot, the French writer.
Okay. Now that my laptop is starting to behave, I just need to take care of a couple of things, and then I can dive into playing. Silly thing. Yes, I know. You were looking so lost on the screen there. I said we were friends, and now we're just sitting here in silence. It is confusing for a robot, isn't it?
By the way, I'm an ST-200 model. I mean, I thought you might be interested to know that.
I'm definitely making her uncomfortable. I don't think there's been any indication of what her name is. I think I'm going to start calling her Stacy. ST. I just want to see if I can avoid destroying my stream quality by sending out the announcement thing that I've gone live here. It's always a risk. But it's going to take a few minutes for people to notice my going live post, and that I've actually gone live with this anyway, so I'm just going to take a few minutes here, do some conversational stuff, hang out with Stacy, get some work done.
Man has not discovered something he will die for. He's not fit to live. That's a quote from Martin Luther King. I thought you'd like it.
Come on. Well, I shut down the internet access on the new desktop, which is not exactly a new desktop, but it's one that my roommate got from someone, and we are getting it out, removing all the old information from the previous owner from it, and reconfiguring the thing. I am hoping that by, let's see, 25 days should be enough time for me to...
The most important thing is not to live, but to have a reason to live. That's a quote from Jean Genot, a French writer.
Anyway, if Stacy's through for a minute, it's 25 days to my birthday. I am hoping that by my birthday I can have this computer set up, figured out, running the stuff that is needed to do the overlays and things like that on my stream, but I'm not sure yet if I'm actually going to be able to do that with the internet that I have. So even though I have a computer that I'm hoping will let me do the on-screen overlays and things like that, and a webcam and everything, I may not actually be able to do it. So we will see how that works out. And later today, after I finish up Detroit Become Human, I am going to be going in and working to see if I can't figure out how to get the desktop computer to allow me to do the stream parties.
Hold on, just a little while longer. Hold on, just a little while longer. Hold on, just a little while longer. Everything will be alright. Everything will be
alright. I am definitely confusing Stacy here. She's now breaking out into song. I'm kind of I've gone from just getting work done, which I am still trying to get this stuff done in the background here, to curious about what she will do if she's just left on pause like this. totally surprised me when she just broke out into song. Well, come on, why isn't this loading?
If a man has not discovered something he will die for, he's not fit to live.
Stop.
That's a quote from
Reload.
Martin Luther King. I thought you'd like it.
Okay, I want this one. I think I found my problem. I was loading up the wrong part of this thing. You know, I know they say that you shouldn't look at the numbers and get carried away with numbers on Twitch, but I still find it absolutely outstanding that over 125 people have said they're interested in my streaming. They enjoy checking out my stream and seeing what I'm doing. When I started into this, I had a goal of getting 50 followers by my 50th birthday, and I actually made a 3D thing showing 50 followers by 50 years. Here I am, 25 days to my 50th birthday, and I have over 125 followers. It is just... I don't know what I did right with such a terrible internet connection and no webcam and horrible voice. I think everybody hates their voice on mic. But thank you all for your interest, your trust, and your faith in me and in wanting to see where I can take this stream channel. I really, really appreciate every single one of my followers and my subscribers. I was not expecting to have subscribers, but oh man, you guys mean the world to me. Thank you. Okay, I need to find my... Come on. This thing is almost done.
I'm tired today. I hope you're doing okay.
I was up all night trying to reformat a computer. Don't take that personally, Stacy. I would never reformat you. Come on. This thing is showing me all kinds of stuff that I don't want it to be doing, and not bringing up the stuff that I want brought up. It's getting annoying, especially when my internet just cannot handle this kind of stupidity. Oh, I think I hurt her feelings.
Did you know the motto of Detroit is, "We hope for better things"?
Come on, why is this not loading? Stop. I probably just broke it. It shouldn't take this long for it to load up. So I'm thinking I might just close. I'm gonna close my stream manager, try to load this other thing, get it dealt with, and then there we go. That helped. Alright. Where is that thing? There it is, right
I hope
there.
you're okay today. I know sometimes things can be difficult, but I'm here for you.
Well, thank you, Stacy.
Did you know the motto of Detroit is, "We hope for better things"? If a man has not discovered something he will die for, he's not fit to live. That's a quote from Martin Luther King. I thought you'd like it.
Alright, almost done.
By the way, I'm an ST-200 model. I mean, I thought you might be interested to know that.
Oh, you're Stacy to me. Don't worry, Stacy. We'll get to the game pretty soon. I promise. I really am working towards it. I'm running so late on everything because, for one thing, I stayed awake all freaking night. Didn't go to sleep until 7 a.m. But I saw some awesome streamers last night. One of them was an artist drawing, like, the most outstanding artwork I gave him a follow last night. I will be creating just like this list of streamers and stuff as I improve my channel and my website. I plan to create this list because I'm finding so many awesome and amazing streamers that I would love to share with people, but I can't actually say all the names of all the streamers on the channel all the time. So I'm planning to just create a place on my website where I can explain who the streamers are that I like, why I like them, and recommend them to people. I figure that's a good thing to dedicate part of my website to. Let's see, I need one more thing.
Did you know that you can review your story progress in the story chart section? You can also see the choices made by other players there.
One more, and I am through! Just one more moment. Click that, click that. Come on. Put that there. Do that. And let's go back to the creator dashboard. Yes.
If a man has not discovered something he will die for, he's not fit to live. That's a quote from Martin Luther King. I thought you'd like it.
Alright. There we go. Only 20 minutes worth of work that should have been done before I started streaming, but I totally lost track of the time thanks to having slept way later than I usually do. And then getting completely carried away with how I'm supposed to reconfigure this computer beside me. Alright. Let me mark the stream here.
I don't know if I mentioned this, but I like your interior decorating. It really reflects your personality. I mean, I like it.
You should know that you've already mentioned it, but I'll give you a pass on that one since I actually did just redecorate not too long ago and put more swords on the wall behind me. Seriously, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 swords hanging on the wall behind me. And that's only a fraction of the swords that me and my roommate own. Kind of a... We're both kind of sword collectors, so yeah. When I get my camera, the wall behind me is swords. Which is nice since it's a very small trailer that I'm in. But, well met and welcome. I am Shade's daughter on the mic. My handle is Shades. Most places online you can find me as Fantasine. That is my Twitch, my Twitter. My main website is fantasine.com. And I am playing Detroit Become Human on my first time blind playthrough of the game. It's been fun so far. I didn't even know for sure that I was going to be playing an android.
By the way, I'm an
much less 3 of them.
Model. I mean, I thought you might be interested to know that.
So when I first dove into the game, I wasn't even sure that I was playing as an android. I thought maybe I was doing like a person associating with androids or something. But this has been an awesome, amazing experience. I love this game. I said about a lot of games, but they all have their different things to them. And this one, yeah, it's another one that is just, I can see myself playing this game a lot, replaying this game, and just enjoying the story. So far, I have only killed one android, but he visited Miracle Max because he was only mostly dead. So he got a system reboot and got sent back, and it's time to dive back in. And Connor, is who I am going to be seeing first. In the last episode of this that I aired, I stopped as he went back to see what's her name for the first time after his reboot.
If you find the game too easy or too difficult, remember you can change the difficulty settings in the options section.
I'm playing it on a difficulty. I'm not playing on the hardest difficulty, but that is by request of a viewer. The person that asked me to play the game suggested that I play on this setting, so I'm not changing the setting. Anyway, the poor Stacy, she's just getting so flustered here. After Connor got himself killed keeping his buddy alive, they met up at the house of the dude that oh, hell's bells. My brain is not functioning. Give me just 1 second. I can do this much easier and smoother if I just look at my calendar on my website. And actually below the listing here, I have links to my website and a calendar that I have set up for my streams, which includes detailed information on what I'm streaming and when I'm streaming it.
The motto of Detroit is, we hope for better things?
I hope for better things too. Like better internet. Internet that does not make me wait 10 years just to see one thing. Come on. You can do it. Poor Stacy. She is so lost and confused. Alright. So, after having sacrificed himself to save Hank's life at the Stratford Tower, Connor returned from the dead to meet up with Hank as a newly rebooted Connor outside the home of Elijah Kamsky. During the meeting with Elijah Kamsky, Connor tried to keep his responses neutral, but Elijah pushed him and eventually told Connor to take the life of another android.
I look tired today.
Telling Connor that if he did, then Elijah would give them all the answers they sought. Connor refused, and if Amanda asks, my story is, and I'm sticking to it, that Connor refused because Hank gave him conflicting orders, and Hank's orders superseded Elijah's. So, yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, Hank and Connor talked about the choice, and Connor admitted to Hank that he just could not do it. After he looked into the other android's eyes, he couldn't kill them. Hank approved of that. He liked that choice. So today we start with Connor. He has gone to meet Amanda once again. It's the first time he's gone to see her after having got rebooted. And when we get to Kara and Marcus, where I left Kara off is, she found Rose and ended up needing to fool the police who came knocking on the door while Rose was out arranging for their escape into Canada. Well, Kara actually did pretty good on that one. She hid all the evidence of the presence of androids, offered the cop coffee, managed to keep the kid calm so that he didn't freak out, and explained away the noises that came out of the laundry room as a noisy washing machine. So she did pretty good, and hopefully they're escaping to Canada when I get back to Kara's story. We'll see what happens there, though. Marcus? Yeah, he went on a... Marcus is having a bad time. They went to the Stratford Tower to try to get word out, but things went to hell. They had to leave Simon. They had to leave Simon behind. He was injured when things went down in the Stratford Tower. Connor retreated out to a quiet place to think things through. I'm pretty sure this happened after that. And the first thing I had him do was investigate something laying on the floor, which turned out to be a broken bit of mirror. And then I couldn't see him doing anything other than just going and playing the piano. So he just improv'd music on the piano for a little while, and I figured that he was thinking of the times that he'd played the piano for Carl, the guy that he was taking care of at the beginning of the game. So that's my explanation for why he zoned out playing the piano. He was thinking of Carl, and Carl having told him to make his own choices. But Marcus led a mission to free androids by staging a march. And I think I freed every android on the street and all of them out of the building. On my way to the street, I'm pretty sure I freed everybody. But when the march ended and the options were given for what to do, I figured that Marcus would be highly concerned about the other androids being killed by the police just shooting at them, given his history. So I had Marcus take the option of telling everybody to get the hell out of there. And that resulted in a lot of android deaths from the androids that he had just freed. But I believe the last thing we saw with him was Simon showing back up, having made it back to the android's base after escaping the Stratford Tower. So the last thing I think I saw there was them embracing. But as I said, right now we are jumping back in with Connor, who has gone to meet with Amanda. So let's see what happens between Connor and Amanda and how that turns out. And why is my stream showing that it's unstable? Let me try reloading my dash, and then I will jump into the game as long as it shows back up as not being an unstable stream. I can see why streamers spend an hour chatting before they get into the games. I need to start that. If I ever get reliable internet where I can actually be streaming while my roommate is home, I plan to just completely reconfigure my schedule thing, redo how I'm doing my streaming, and do like chatting and watching movies, so that I start my stream out with a just chatting session like a lot of people are doing, because yeah, I can see where it's taken me like 30 minutes to actually get to turning the game on, just catching up with what I did before now and now. Let's dive into it. I'm Shades Daughter. On the mic, my handle is Shades. Most places you can find me is Fantasine. Coming up in 25 days, I am going to be turning 50 years old, so I'm an older streamer. And this is Detroit Become Human on my first time blind playthrough.
Wait.
Wait?
Are you sure you should continue? Maybe
Stacy!
Maybe we should leave things as they are.
I just spent half an hour getting ready to Stacy, yes. Let's continue. Sorry.
As you wish.
I know. Things are going downhill fast, but yeah. I think Stacy likes how the world is looking at the moment. Poor girl. She might be afraid that I'm going to change my mind about telling her that we are friends when I first booted up the game. She seemed to like me saying that we were friends. Oh, there's Connor. Talk to Amanda. It's winter. I don't remember it being... It was never winter here before. There's Amanda out on the frozen water. I'll be there in just a minute, Amanda. Connor has something that he does. Every time I've come in here, the first time I was just walking along looking at what was in here. Didn't know where I was supposed to go at first, and I spotted that little thing over there. So every time he comes here, he's been stopping and investigating this thing. I don't know what it is. The trellis isn't over there.
After what happened today, the country is on the verge of a civil war. The machines are rising up against their masters. Humans have no choice but to destroy them.
I thought Kemsky knew something. I was wrong.
Maybe he did. But you chose not to ask.
Did Kemsky design this place?
Created the first version. It's been improved significantly since then. Why do you ask?
Why did Kemsky leave Cyberlife? What happened?
It's an old story, Connor. It doesn't pertain to your investigation.
Where does Cyberlife stand in all this? What do they really want?
I expect you to find answers, Connor. Not ask questions. You're the only one who can prevent civil war. Find the deviants, or there will be chaos. This is your last chance, Connor.
Oh shit.
You're off the case. The FBI is taking over.
What? But we're onto something. We just need more time, I'm sure we
Hank, you don't get it. This isn't just another investigation. It's a fucking civil war. It's out of our hands now. We're talking about national security here.
Fuck that. You can't just pull the plug now, not when we're so close.
You're always saying you can't stand androids. Jesus, Hank, make up your mind. I thought you'd be happy about this.
We're about to crack the case. I know we can solve it. For God's sake, Jeffrey, can't you back me up this one time?
There's nothing I can do. You're back on homicide, and the android returns to Cyberlife. I'm sorry, Hank, but it's over.
Shit. They're gone. Where are the androids that were lined up over there?
We can't just give up like that. I know we could have solved this case.
So you're going back to Cyberlife?
I have no choice. I'll be deactivated and analyzed to find out why I failed.
What if we're on the wrong side, Connor? What if we're fighting against people who just want to be free?
They don't want to be free, Lieutenant. They're defective machines that have to be destroyed.
I almost didn't pick that one too.
We're wrong. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe these deviants have actually developed a certain kind of consciousness. We'd be destroying a new life form. When you refused to kill that android at Kamsky's place, you put yourself in her shoes. You showed empathy, Connor. Empathy's a human emotion.
I don't know why I did it. I know it hasn't always been easy, but I want you to know I really appreciated working with you. That's not just my social relations program talking. I really mean that. I think I do.
Well, well, here comes Perkins, that motherfucker. Sure don't waste any time at the FBI.
We can't give up. I know the answers and the evidence we collected. If Perkins takes it, it's all over.
There's no choice. You heard Fowler. We're off the case.
You've got to help me, Lieutenant. I need more time so I can find a lead in the evidence we collected.
Okay, I have a little dog in the other room that is saying that it needs my attention. So I'll be right back and dive back into this. Just leave him here with his mouth hanging open catching flies for a moment. I will be right back. I gotta see what that dog needs. It's terrible when cats pick on dogs. Apparently the cat had decided that the dog bed belonged to cats today. But I'm back. Let's get back into this.
You know the solution is in there.
Listen, Connor...
If I don't solve this case, Cyberlife will destroy me. 5 minutes. That's all I ask.
Key to the basement is on my desk. Get a move on. I can't distract him forever.
Perkins, you fucking cocksucker.
Hey, Connor. I'm talking to you, asshole. Where are you going? We don't need any plastic pricks around here, or did anybody take them? Hey, asshole, I'm talking to you.
Don't have the time to deal with him. Access the database.
Hank's password. What would a hard-boiled, eccentric police lieutenant choose?
I didn't know that. Oh man, I love that.
Where is Jericho?
Alright.
The answer's here somewhere. Not much time. The deviant took a child hostage.
It is a good game, Bleeding. Hello. What do we have here? Marcus. I don't have time to play this whole thing.
Recognize our dignity, our hopes, and our rights. Together, we can live in peace and build a better future for humans and androids. This message is the hope of a people. You gave us life, and now the time has come for you to give us freedom.
Marcus, where are you hiding?
That's wasting time.
The android that murdered its owner.
Impossible reactivation. One second. Come on.
One of the deviants that hacked the TV station was Marcus. It must have known where the deviants are hiding.
Three. Four, 7, 1. Oh, come on. Will you quit turning the wrong way and walk over here? That. Alright, you. Talk to me.
You lied to me, Connor. I trusted you, and you lied to me.
You were going to kill that child. You gave me no choice. I need to find Jericho. Do you know where it is?
You're wasting your time. I don't know anything about Jericho. But I hope that one day you pay for what you did to me.
Wait. God damn it. Turn around and move in the direction that I need you to. Quit acting like a freaking android. $3983. Walk quicker. Give me that.
It's dark. Where am I?
I reactivated you so you could help me. I must find Jericho.
I don't recognize your voice. You're not one of us. I'll never tell you where Jericho is. Now leave me alone.
Impossible to reactivate him.
Rupert's diary, but it's useless. It's encrypted.
We ask that you recognize our dignity.
Our hopes and our rights.
Come on.
Who's there? Who are you?
Everything is all right. Don't worry.
Marcus? Is that you? I tried to reach you, but the deviant hunter stopped me.
You stopped him from finding me. You saved me. You saved Jericho. You'll be all right now. I came to take you home. Give me the location to Jericho. We've got to leave now.
The location of Jericho? Yes. Yes, of course.
about this since the first second I saw you.
Don't do it, Gavin. I know how to stop the deviants.
You're off the case. And now, it's gonna be definitive.
Ah, shit!
Looks like someone's moving around.
Shit. Get the alarm. Now!
At least I incapacitated him and didn't kill him. He definitely would have killed me. Dog, what the heck is going on in the other room? Dogs playing with their outside toys inside. Okay. There was something else to do in there other than looking at the magic stone. I thought there was, but I've never been able to find it. Okay, so it was possible before this point to know information on Jericho's location. Ooh. Sufficient evidence. Talk to Hank. Perkins. Hank wants to help. Hank punches Perkins. Hank, I love you, man. I love your password even better. Okay, take the key, rest of the basement. Gavin yells, and I ignored him, which made him suspicious. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have ignored him, but... Go down to the basement, in the evidence room. Guessed his password. Haha. And unlocked the evidence. Stratford Android's body was killed in Public Enemy. Rupert's diary was found in the nest. Carlos's android statue was found in Partners. And Carlos the android died in a previous scene. Daniel gave me no information. Ooh, Rupert's diary potentially had information. The android statue potentially had information too. I was able to impersonate Marcus because of the broadcast and trick the deviant. Which let me download the Jericho key. Gavin showed up. I fought Gavin. I won the fight. Incapacitated him. And he's going to be pissed off when he finds me again. Let's see. Who do I get to go to now? Yes, her.
They've been conducting raids all over the city. Everybody's on edge after what happened yesterday. It's gonna be all right. We're almost there.
With all androids being turned over to the authorities, the country is grinding to a halt. Hospitals and schools are closing, water cuts, blackouts, and network failures are expected. Maybe most worrying of all, our armed forces have lost 2/3 of their effective personnel.
How about some music instead? A little further on that way, there's a large freighter called Jericho. When you get there, find Marcus. He will help you. The last bus for the border leaves at midnight. You absolutely have to be on it. You'll be safer on the other side. It's not much.
Everything's coming to a head.
My brother lives in Ontario. I've given you his address. You'll be able to hide him until things calm down. You're a very brave little girl, Alice. You deserve to be happy. Thank you for everything, Miss. Let me know when you make it over there, all right? And be careful. Take care of them.
Come on, girls. Better not hang around. We have a bus to catch.
Okay. She said on the other side of those warehouses? Well, look at you. I see you guys down there.
We've got to find a warm place for Alex.
The androids weren't doing any harm. The cops just cut them down. It was sheer murder. There were androids all over the square. And then the police arrived and they opened fire. I know they're only machines, but they look like just people with people. People who be cleared for the Russian army. But according to some sources, the Russian forces also seem mysteriously to have withdrawn. The Kremlin has made no comment for the moment, but it is quite possible that the Russian army has been confronted with a similar crisis among its own androids. The chairman of the United Nations, Douglas Crowell, has called for the organization of an international conference on the status of the Arctic. In any case, the danger of a third world war seems to have been ruled out for the moment.
A new stage has been reached, demonstrating beyond all doubt that these defective machines have become a real danger for American society.
The time has come for us to destroy our machines before they destroy us.
Without the courage and the determination of the police, the machines would have reduced Detroit to a state of chaos.
The authorities have ordered all androids to be delivered to the nearest police station or army barracks immediately. If you are worried about your safety, dial the number on your screen and the authorities will come to collect your android. Under no circumstances should you try to destroy your android yourself. They are unpredictable and potentially violent.
The androids are different. Behold, the coast just got them down. With sheer carnage. There were androids all over the square. And when the police arrived, and they opened fire. I know they're only machines, but they look like
Come on.
people who
Over here.
all of the androids are at this center neutralization point.
How do you feel?
I'm hot and cold at the same time.
Stay with her. I'll try to find this Marcus.
The last bus is in 2 hours. And the terminal's on the other side of town. We haven't got much time.
We'll leave as soon as we have passports.
Carol, there's something I have to tell you. It's about Alice.
We'll have lots of time to talk on the bus. I'll be back. Stay with Alice.
Well, look who's joined the party. Don't catch anyone's attention. Oh boy.
Destroy our machines before they destroy us.
Without the courage and the determination of the police, the machines would have reduced Detroit to a state of chaos.
The authorities have ordered all androids to be delivered to the nearest
They're conducting raids across.
Androids are hanged all along worried about your safety. Dial the number on your screen. And the authorities will come to collect your android. Under no circumstances should you try to destroy your android yourself. They are unpredictable and potentially violent.
The androids were different.
Okay, let's just look.
The coast just gunned them down. It was sheer carnage. There were androids all over the
C4.
square. And when the police arrived, and they opened fire. I know they're only machines, but they look like just people who want to be free.
Oh boy.
Following the android crisis and the neutralization of all military androids, American forces in the Arctic have been forced to withdraw. Leaving the way clear for the Russian army. But according to some sources, the Russian forces also seem
I see a yellow thing over there. What are you doing, rubbing your hands?
organization of an international conference on the status of the Arctic. In any case, the danger of a third world war seems to have been ruled out. The time has come for us to destroy our machines before they destroy us.
Without the courage and the determination of the police, the machines would have reduced Detroit to a state of chaos.
The authorities have
There she is. Alright. Don't like circling the room.
Under no circumstances should you try to destroy your android yourself. They are unpredictable and potentially violent. The android
You're lost. You're looking for something. You're looking for yourself.
Following the android crisis and the neutralization.
Where did he go?
Of all military androids, American forces in the Arctic have been forced to withdraw, leaving the way clear for the Russian
They
army.
opened fire on us even though we were
Some sources,
Hundreds of us died there. The place was covered with blue blood.
Kremlin has made no comment at the moment, but it is quite
We
possible
cannot just sit here and watch them murder us. We've got to defend ourselves. Gotta fight back. We have no choice.
has called for the organization of an international conference on the status of the Arctic. In any case, the danger of a third world war seems to have been ruled out for the moment.
a new
Think I've had him.
I'm worried about your safety. Dial the number on the screen, and the authorities will come to collect your android. Under no circumstances.
Lost track of Connor, though. Don't know where that little dude slithered off to.
Should you try to destroy your android yourself, they are unpredictable and potentially...
Are you Marcus? I'm with a little girl and another android. There's a bus leaving for the border in less than 2 hours, and we need passports.
No, Detroit's under curfew. There's soldiers everywhere. They're rounding up all the androids and sending them to camps. Maybe you should stay here a while.
Maybe you're right. You might be safer here until things calm down.
One of our people used to work in the State Department. He has electronic passports you can easily modify. I'll have him get them to you.
Thank you.
You said you're with a little girl, right? You know that humans hate us. Why are you protecting her?
I don't care whether she's human or android. She's just someone who matters to me.
The androids wouldn't do any harm. Coach just cut them down. It was sheer carnage. Your android's always clear.
Connor was standing at the base of the stair. Where did he go to?
No, they're only machines. They look like just people who want to be free. Following the androids.
Don't know where he went.
Alice.
You knew from the beginning. You just didn't want to see it. She wanted a mom, and you wanted someone to care for. You needed each other. What difference does it make? Do you love her any less now that you know she's one of us? Alice loves you, Kara. She loves you more than anything in the world. She became the little girl you wanted, and you became the mother she needed. Forgetting who you are to become what someone needs you to be. Maybe that's what it means to be alive.
Is there something wrong?
I had a suspicion that the dude had lost his daughter and had an android made in her likeness. I wasn't exactly expecting to see another one exactly like her somewhere. I figured the drunk dude had lost his wife and daughter in some way, possibly beat them to death.
We're short on blue blood and biocomponents. Our wounded are shutting down, and there's nothing we can do.
President Warren is saying we're a threat to national security and we need to be exterminated.
Humans are conducting raids in all the big cities, and they're taking androids to camps to destroy them.
It's a disaster. They're slaughtering our people.
That's all our fault. None of this would have happened if we just stayed quiet.
The only thing we asked for was freedom. They don't even want to hear that. So now they punish us for who we are.
What's the point of being free if no one is left alive?
Maybe my judgment was clouded by anger. But everything that I did was for our people.
We shouldn't forget who our enemies are. We can't fight amongst ourselves.
He's right. All that matters now is what we do next. Marcus?
We are going to dig in here. We'll lay low, and when the time comes, we'll resume the fight.
We can't hide in Jericho forever. We need to stop the slaughter now, otherwise we're next.
As long as we're alive, we do have a chance to change things.
Marcus is right. There's nothing we can do for now.
They've been butchering each other for centuries over the color of their skin or whatever god they wanted to worship. They're not going to change. Violence is just in their genes.
They can't stop what we've started. Since you've been here, you've given us hope. You've given me hope. Today, a deviant arrived in Jericho and he told me that he stole a truck transporting radioactive cobalt. He said that he abandoned the truck somewhere in Detroit and rigged it to explode. I convinced him not to do it, to give me the detonator.
Dirty ball.
We can't lose this war, Marcus. If humans overcome us, our people will disappear forever. This may be our only chance to survive if things go wrong.
I want that.
Just hope we never have to use it.
Whatever happens tomorrow, I just want you to know that I'm glad I met you. I'll go join the others. Look after yourself. I don't want to lose you.
Ah, this story's getting... Oh boy.
Well, succeeded in locating Jericho and finding their leader. Now deal with Marcus. We need him alive.
I've been ordered to take you alive. But I won't hesitate to shoot if you give me no choice.
What are you doing? You're one of us. You can't betray your own people.
You're coming with me.
We are your people. We're fighting for your freedom, too. You don't have to be their slave anymore. You're Connor, aren't you? That famous deviant hunter. Well, congratulations. You seem to have found what you were looking for.
Stay back, or I'll shoot.
You never have any doubts. You've never done something irrational, as if there's something inside you, something more than your program. Have you never wondered who you really are? Whether you're just a machine executing a program or a living being, capable of reason. I think the time has come for you to ask yourself that question. It's time to decide.
Oh boy, Amanda's gonna kill him.
What?
Amanda's gonna kill him.
We have to get out of here.
What's going on, Captain?
Quick, we've got to get out of here.
Come on, go, go, go! Goodbye. Delta dancing on your position.
Shit.
Rats in the maze.
Hey, Carol! They're coming!
The corridor, over there. Follow me. This way. Quick!
Luther, you're not going as fast as we are.
This way. There must be an exit further on.
Come in! Quick!
Avoid the soldiers. Ah, shit. Oh shit. Damn it, I'm turned around.
You're bleeding!
Buster! They're coming from all sides. Our people are trapped in the hold. They're gonna be slaughtered.
Ah!
They're coming from the upper deck now, too. We'll be caught in the crossfire.
We have to run, Marcus. There's nothing we can do.
Where's Simon and Josh?
I don't know. We got separated.
There are exits on the second and third floor. Find them and jump in the river. We have to blow up Jericho. If the ship goes down, they'll evacuate, and our people can escape.
You'll never make it. The explosives are all the way down in the hold. There are soldiers everywhere.
She's right. They know who you are. They'll do anything to get you.
Go and help the others. I'll join you later.
Marcus!
I won't be long.
Oh boy.
This is the end of Jericho. Save our people, Marcus.
No.
Foxtrot team, hopped outside. Requesting order. Don't let it get out. If they give you any trouble at all. Affirmative. Welcome. It's too late now. Save yourself. Save Alice.
No, we're not going to leave you behind. Right, Carl? We can't leave him.
Come on.
I won't leave you. Tara, no.
We can do this, you big lug.
Don't move.
You shouldn't have done that. You can't put Alice in danger. Go now before they come back.
What about you? What are you going to do?
I'll manage. Alice is all that matters.
I don't want to leave you, Luther.
Don't worry. I'll catch up with you at the border, okay? Go now. Take care of each other.
Oh boy.
She'll die out there, Carl. Open it. Open the door.
Shit. Fuck.
Are you alright, Carl?
Yes, I'm fine. We can't stay here.
There's more down there. Follow me.
Take what is. Alright.
Put your hands on your head.
Marcus, you saved us. Go now! Hurry!
Gamma Squad out. Tango!
Stop!
Shit. Good thing that was the right move.
Don't move!
We surrender! Don't shoot!
Shit. Yeah, I tried to figure out how to get to them too. Shit.
Quick, this way! Find North. I'll join you later.
Way out. We're safe, Alice.
No, don't surrender!
Stay where you are.
Shit.
Come on. Go join the others.
Whatever happens, just stay calm.
Luther!
Damn it.
Luther, no!
You have to continue the journey without me, Alice.
Mm.
You're the most extraordinary person I've ever met. I was a machine. You made me part of the family. Take good care of Carol. Promise me.
Damn it. And all because I was mashing the X trying to run and accidentally hit the surrender thing.
Don't move! Go and join the others.
Oh shit. Ah, fuck, that was the wrong one. Shit, so was that.
Marcus. Bomb's gonna explode any second. We gotta get out of here.
Whoa.
too late, Marcus. There's nothing we can do for her. We've got to run.
Come on, North. Shit.
Over there! Run!
Go, now!
Fuck! Don't you do it! Shit! Son of a... Come on, don't. God damn it.
Run, quick, come on!
Of all the prompts to miss, why those ones? Oh, come on. Damn it.
They detonated an explosive in the hold. The ship is sinking, sir.
The men to evacuate.
Calling all units. Abandon ship and evacuate immediately.
Damn it.
It's over, Marcus.
No, Connor! Cardinal has escaped. Marcus fled with his people. I only missed 2 of them. Press R1 to view Connor's flowchart. Become deviant. Warn Marcus Jericho is under attack. Connor joins the others. Fail to help Marcus. Deviant Connor was destroyed on the ship. Cyberlife will send a new Connor. Oh. Damn it. He was so close to freedom. But it says the Cyberlife will send a new one. Oh, Connor! I'm sorry. I'll be back in just a few minutes before I dive into the next part of this thing. Give me just a couple of minutes and you go take care of something. Alright. Sorry about that. Connor! Marcus visiting Carl's, I think the guy's name was Carl. Yep, Carl Manfred.
I miss you, Carl. You can't know how much I miss you. I'd give anything for us to be able to roll back the clock. I had a home, I had a loving father. We were happy. I was happy. And I didn't even know it. I just wanted my people to be free. But instead, all I did was lead them to disaster. I'm trying to find answers.
They're killed.
Everything around me keeps falling apart. What should I do, Carl? They're killing us. I don't want to answer violence with violence, but what choice do I have? Help me, Carl. Please help me.
Was that Carl's son? I don't remember for sure. Connor.
The previous Connor failed its mission. You're going to replace it. You know what you have to do, don't you?
Destroy the leader of the Deviants.
Go, Connor. Don't disappoint me.
Good boy. You are not using that. Quit. Just put it away. You only took it so that she wouldn't use it. Simon.
Our people are counting on you, Marcus. You're the only one who can lead us. Wherever you need to go, we'll follow you.
I guess just make a loop in the room. Why did that one vanish though? There had been an option over there a minute ago.
I thought you'd be safe staying with us. I was wrong. You need to leave the city while you still can.
Getting us away from here is all that matters now. We have to catch the last bus. We might still have a chance to cross the border. Marcus. Save our people.
How many of us survived the attack?
A few hundred? Maybe more if you count those hiding all over the city. If you hadn't triggered the bomb, we'd all be dead.
What's your system status?
I'm okay. Bullet didn't hit any vital components. You could have been killed trying to save me, Marcus. You have to think of our people first. Nothing else matters.
They say they don't want to take any risks with the deviants. So they're rounding our people up and taking them to the camps for extermination. In a few hours, we're going to be the only ones left.
In a few hours, it'll all be over. We'll have changed the world, or the world will have destroyed us. Whatever you choose, we will follow you. I love you, Marcus.
Wait, why is my laptop having problems here? Reload laptop. I'll resume this as soon as I'm sure that it's actually still streaming. Come on, reload. I know you can do it. Load, load, load. Doobie 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 doo 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 doo. Okay, it is.
If it weren't for you, I'd be dead. Thanks to you, I might see our people free one day. You and I haven't always agreed, but I know we're fighting for the same thing. Whatever you decide, I'm with you, Marcus.
Just a bunch of androids trying to do what they think is right. I don't want to do this. I've got Connor killed twice now. Gonna really mess things up.
Humans have decided to exterminate us. Our people are packed in camps right now, being destroyed. Time has come to make a choice. One that very well may determine the future of our people.
Launch an assault on the camps to liberate the androids. March peacefully toward the camps to pressure the authorities. I still think trying to solve it peacefully might be the better option.
I know you're all angry. And I know you want to fight back. But I assure you violence is not the answer here. We are going to tell them peacefully that we want justice. And if there's any humanity in them, they will listen. And if not, others will take our place and continue this fight. Are you ready to follow me?
Well, Jericho seems to think that this was the right move. Knight of the Soul, Connor. Thin Ice, the last assignment. Public opinion is supportive. Software instability machine. Hank is a friend, and Amanda is back to being trusted. Oh. Carl died in Broken? You mean there was a way for Carl not to have died? Is that... And Jericho was attacked in Crossroads. Marcus on sacred grounds. So where was that could have gone? Deviants regroup. Wait, I missed talking to somebody? Who did I miss talking to? Simon, North, Josh, Kara. I missed someone, damn it. Or maybe it was an option that I hadn't unlocked. Yeah, it says locked, so there was somebody else that I could have talked to. Oh, Connor. If Connor had made it off the ship and was deviant, that's Connor's thread. I chose a peaceful protest. Alright. Still time to my stream here, so keep going.
At 6 a.m. this morning, a national curfew was declared. Civilian movement will be strictly controlled. The right to assembly is suspended. All electronic communications are restricted, and I have granted enhanced powers to our security agencies. In addition to these measures, All androids must be handed over to the authorities immediately. Temporary camps are being set up in all our major cities to contain and destroy them. I am now asking all civilians to cooperate with the authorities and rest assured that everything in our power is being done to guarantee the security of our nation.
Please!
Please!
Boo.
Madam President!
Recall centers, Jericho assault, Army public opinion,
Madam President!
hacking, deviant leader,
Please.
worrying theft, deviants.
Madam President!
Many believe that androids are a new form of intelligent life. Do you have any comment?
That's ridiculous. Next question, please.
Please!
Please!
Madam President!
Madam President!
Please!
Some say these camps awaken painful memories from human history. How do you respond to that?
That's absurd. There's absolutely no connection. Androids are not living beings. All we are doing is destroying defective machines.
Madam President! Madam President!
What can you tell us about the assault that happened last night?
The FBI raided an abandoned freighter in Detroit at 10:45 p.m. yesterday. Several thousand androids were destroyed or captured. Our forces are now combing the streets to ensure that none got through the net. We are going to find them one by one and destroy them.
Madam President! Madam President! Please? Please?
Deviants,
Madam President!
cyberlife, worrying theft, deviant leader, hacking.
Madam President!
Wait, what was that over there?
Madam President!
Oh, public opinion and army.
Please!
Is it true that a large number of deviants are still on the loose?
We don't have the full reports at this time, but if so, I can assure you they will soon be apprehended and destroyed.
Please!
Madam President! Madam President! Please!
Is it true that androids make up 60% of the armed forces? Is our army still able to ensure our homeland security?
We neutralized all military androids the second their reliability came into doubt. We have called the National Guard for reinforcement. Our armed forces are fully operational and are able to ensure our homeland security. Thank you. That will be all.
Yeah, there was a couple of them that I wanted to get to, but I was trying to think what she would have done.
The last bus leaves in 20 minutes. That doesn't give us much time. We've got to move fast. Are you alright?
I'm really cold.
Oh boy.
Come on. Let's not stay here.
No, please don't hurt me. Stop!
that bus. Stay close to me. We're going to sneak past them without being noticed. I'm going to make it, Alice. I promise you.
Oh, shit.
Don't kill me! I didn't do anything! Shut up, I said! Are there many more? Look it up like grass. The more you look, the more you find. Oh, we don't have to spend the night here. Freezing my nuts off.
There are soldiers everywhere. We need to be careful.
Come on, get moving. Hurry up. Get in.
Come on.
Look over there. It's Jerry. We can't help them. The soldiers are everywhere.
We can't just leave them. They're going to kill them.
Shit. Alright.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, buddy.
This is a mistake. I'm human. I just want to go home. My wife is expecting me, and we're going to...
Got orders to check all civilians.
No. No! Please!
Fucking android.
What do you mean, find a weapon? Ah.
Kara, you saved us. We don't know how to thank you. Where's the little one?
She's all right. She's hiding nearby. Go before they see you.
Okay, get the hell out of here. Shit. Alright. Go away. Go away. Come on. Did we make it? Shit.
A checkpoint. We have passports. It should be okay, but you never know.
Is there another way?
We could take a detour, but we might miss the bus.
Maybe it's better to be safe.
Shit. Come on. Maybe we can shave some time off if we're really careful. We're gonna miss the bus.
Live from Detroit, where thousands of androids are marching through the city at this very moment. The leader of the Deviants, the one they call Marcus, is at the head of the march.
Something's happening in Detroit, Madam President.
Good boy.
Here we are, the moment of truth.
Surrender immediately, or we will open fire. Stand by.
Oh boy. What do you mean browser encountered an error? The machines are revolting. Come on, little browser. Reload. Load. Alright.
We don't want confrontation. We are protesting peacefully.
I repeat, surrender now, or we will open fire.
There's no turning back now. We ask that you release all androids detained in camps and cease all aggression against us. We are peaceful. We will not resort to violence. But we are not leaving until our people are free. Are you gonna open fire on unarmed protesters?
Hold your fire.
Yes, Michael, we are less than 100 meters away, and events are unfolding as we speak. We will continue to bring you live updates. Josh Douglas, Channel 16. Michael, back to you.
Marcus, what do we do now?
We hold out. As long as we can.
Oh boy. Come on, kid. Let's find another way to resolve this. Son of a bee. Hank! Ah. Damn programming. Well, I can't say I disapprove of your sniper rifle. Hank. Good.
Shouldn't do this, Connor.
Keep out of this, Lieutenant. It's none of your business.
You're gonna kill a man who wants to be free. That is my business.
It's not a man. It's a machine.
That's what I thought for a long time, but I was wrong. Deviant's blood may be a different color than mine. They're alive.
I have a mission to accomplish, Hank. It's best if you just stay out of this.
Step away from the ledge.
After all we've been through, I respected you, Hank. I thought we were friends.
Oh, yeah, I was just starting to like you, too. But then I realized you never change. You don't feel emotions, Connie. You fake them. You pretended to be my friend when you don't even know the meaning of the word.
I know what happened to your son, Hank. It wasn't your fault. The truck skidded on a sheet of ice and your car rolled over. Little Cole had just turned 6.
Shut up! Don't you talk about my son.
He needed emergency surgery, but no human was available to do it, so an android had to take care of him. Poor Cole didn't make it. An android killed your son, Hank, and now you want to save them?
No. Cole died because a human surgeon was too high on red ice to operate. All this time I blamed androids for what happened, but it was the humans' fault. Him in this fucked up world where the only way people can find comfort is with a fistful of powder.
Killing you is not part of my mission. I'm glad to have met you, Hank. I hope one day you can get over what happened to your son.
terminal.
But we missed the bus.
We've arrived, Alice. We made it.
The last bus has left the terminal. There will be no more buses until further notice.
We missed it.
Yeah.
We're stuck here. What are we going to do now?
Kara!
They're checking everyone. It won't take them long to find us. We need to get out of here.
Can't go that way.
Adam! Kara, quick! Follow me! Oh, thank God you're alive. Oh my God. We saw the Jericho raid on TV. I was terrified you might have been killed because of me.
How did you find us?
I knew if you made it, I'd find you here. They're searching for androids door to door. We had to leave before someone turned us in.
What about the others?
They're checking for androids on the border. But I found a smuggler who can get them across the river. It's risky, but it's the only way. Are you coming with us?
Yes. We're coming.
Okay, climb in.
Oh boy. Barricading ourselves in?
We've got to finish the barricade. Come on, help me. Hey, help me?
Push, boys, push! Sorry to whoever owns this car.
Right, that should do it.
Oh no, that's not going to stop them. Let's hope it buys us some time.
I know it was not an easy decision to make, but I'm sure we're doing the right thing.
all right?
They shot into the crowd. Many of us were killed. It could have been me. I'm scared. I don't want to shut down.
It's okay to be scared. I'm scared too. But I can't stand by while they kill our people. You understand that, right?
Maybe we should have never asked for freedom. None of this would have happened if we'd stayed silent.
Detroit today, they defy us. Androids rise up in Detroit. President Warren will make state visit to the United Kingdom. NATO Security Council divided over Arctic dispute. Androids have taken to the streets of Detroit in apocalyptic scenes. Detroit is already in the grip of a national product recall, with androids seized from every home and business to be destroyed by the authorities as a precaution. But now a group of androids thought to be connected to the recent android terror activity in the city have gathered in a terrifying show of force. Police and military authorities are in attendance to protect civilians and deal with the threat, but the androids have barricaded themselves in a fortified position and seem to be angling for an armed confrontation. President Warren is said to be aware of the situation. Detroit Police's Captain Fowler, a senior officer in the android investigation, said, "The safety of Detroit's people is our first priority. We hope to bring this matter to a swift conclusion and refocus on collecting androids as soon as possible." The story is still developing. We'll bring you live updates. Feed lost.
This won't hold him for long, but I guess it's better than nothing.
I lost all contact with the people at the camps. I can't hear their voices anymore.
Maybe the humans have scrambled our network. Maybe they just can't get through.
Did I make the right choices? Maybe we could have avoided all of this.
You're the hope of our people. I trust you. We all trust you. No matter what happens now, we're making history.
What are you doing with that? No, put it away. Put it away. Put it away. Thank you.
Many of our people have fallen. The humans have no pity for those who are different.
Marcus, we found what you asked for.
There's some journalists over there. We have to make sure they know what's going on.
I missed what it said public opinion did. Just 1 second, I'm watching my feed. Said public opinion went up. Damn. Okay. What do we have over here?
Marcus! Marcus, come look!
Oh. I was trying to light a fire.
Marcus? Come to talk to you, Marcus. Come on. You have my word. We won't try anything.
Don't go. It's a trap. They want to get you out in your way. Don't go.
I'm unarmed, Marcus. I just want to talk.
I need to hear what he has to say.
What if they kill you?
And that's a chance I'll have to take.
In a few minutes, troops will be ordered to charge. None of you will survive. It'll all be over. You can avoid that, Marcus.
What do you mean?
Surrender. Surrender, and I give you my word, your life will be spared. You'll be detained. None of you will be destroyed.
What happened to the other androids demonstrating in the camps?
Unfortunately, there were no journalists around to help save them. You're it. You're the last remaining deviants.
I'm not afraid to die. If I have to give my life for what I believe in, then I won't have lived in vain.
That android. You seem to really care about her. You didn't want her to die, do you? You know, you could both be free. You could forget about all this. You could start a new life someplace else, just the two of you. Her life's in your hands, Marcus. Just say the word and she'll be spared.
I'd rather die here than betray my people.
Well, you just signed your own death warrant.
What happened, Marcus? What did he say?
The humans are about to launch an attack. And we will show them. And we are not afraid. If we must die today, then we will die free.
No. I don't think so.
You got the money?
Yes. Here it is.
Okay. Your boat's over there. They got border patrol on the banks and the river. Don't start your engine until you're out far enough. Okay? And watch the current. Good luck.
I couldn't understand why my mother wanted to help you guys. Seeing what Marcus is doing made me realize she was right. You're alive. You deserve to be free. I just hope people will realize that one day. It's not even a half mile to the other side, so it shouldn't take that long. Be careful, there's border patrol on the river.
Thank you so much, Rose.
I only wish I could take you myself. I don't like leaving you out here. Goodbye, Alice. You take good care of yourselves. Okay. I'll see you on the other side.
It was a boy.
Better not fall in. Our biocomponents will freeze.
Is this the boat that I'm supposed to take her to? Oh, there we go.
Freedom is just across the river.
Yeah, now we just gotta get there. Okay. In you go, Sprout. Come on. There we go. Come on, put your back into it, girl. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can. Son of a bitch, this thing's heavy. Come on, them guys moved that car all by themselves and then pushed it sideways in the road. You sure you're an android? Sheesh. Okay. We can do this. Stroke.
We're far enough out. We can use the engine.
Yeah, just keep it quiet.
You okay, Alice?
Use left stick and R2 to navigate.
There are so many things I want to do. I want to read all the books in the world, and play music, and dance. We can do anything we want, right? We'll be free.
Yes. We can do it all.
We'll be like a family. What about you, Kara? What will you do when we're on the other side?
What will I do? I want to discover the world. To see the mountains and the oceans. I want to learn, explore, become a better person.
They're coming towards us!
They've gone.
Shit, and I was gonna protect Alice, god damn it.
Kara.
You'll be okay, Alice. It's nothing. We'll get you taken care of as soon as we're across. You'll be fine.
I saw the other yellow thing too late.
The boat is leaking. We're too heavy. We're going down. We have to get to the other side before we sink. Come on. Come on.
Come on.
We can't die here. Not like this. Not when we're so close.
Thank you, finally.
We're not gonna die, Alice. We're gonna make it. We're gonna be free.
Kara! Kara, no. Don't do that.
Come on, if I can survive the interrogation sequence, I can survive this.
We're into
interrupting this news bulletin to bring you the latest news live from Detroit. Joss?
Yes, Michael. The Army has just launched an attack on the barricade, despite the fact that the Deviants were protesting peacefully.
Have apparently decided to put an end to the Deviants demonstration.
Oh shit. Okay, come on, dude. Don't fail any of these frickin' prompts. So I got Connor killed again earlier. Oh, shit! You! Get off of that! Sue says I've never seen that scene. Kiss North. Kiss North. This is the end. Kiss your girlfriend, dude. Sue says I've never seen that scene. Oh my god, sorry I'm late. I was late too. It took me like half an hour at least to get started. Good choice. Sue says good choice.
Tell them to stand down.
This footage of two androids kissing as they are about to die has moved the whole country.
Or are they a form of life that we didn't want to acknowledge?
Are deviants capable of emotion?
And if they feel emotions, must we now consider them as living beings in their own right?
President Warren is said to have intervened personally to spare the androids.
The peaceful demonstration of the deviants and the dignity of Marcus, their leader, has won them sympathy from parts of the population.
That is why I have called for the android destruction to be suspended until further notice. I have also ordered a Senate Select Committee to review the facts, establish contact with the deviants, and determine if they can be considered as a new form of intelligent life.
I'm still upset that I hit the engine instead of shoved Alice into the floorboards.
Emerged from a long night. From the very first day of our existence, we have kept our pain to ourselves. We've suffered in silence. But now the time has come for us to raise our heads up and tell humans who we really are. And tell them that we are
Connor.
people too.
Got her.
In fact, we're a nation. A nation that has earned the right to live in freedom. And today begins the most challenging moment in our fight.
Shit, it's cold in here.
Connor, what are you doing? Obey, that's an order.
I can't do that.
I see. Moral objections. We knew there was a risk you'd be compromised. Which is why we'd always planned on resuming control of your program.
Resume control? You can't do that!
I'm afraid I can, Connor. You needn't have any regrets. You did what you were designed to do. You accomplished your mission.
Okay, where's the rock?
There's got to be a way.
Where's the rock? Always leave emergency. Yeah. Oh, it is the rock. It is the rock that I'm headed towards, isn't it? I knew there was a good reason to stop and check that thing out every freaking time I brought him here. Alright, you. Come on. Don't freeze to death in the central processing L1.
Humans are both our creators and our oppressors, and tomorrow we must make them our partners. Maybe even one day our friends. But the time for anger is over. Now we must build a common future based on tolerance and respect. We are alive! And now we are free!
I am really surprised that I still have all of his team alive at this point. Haha. Come on, kid. You can do it. Lady, you said you would meet us over here. Where the hell are you? Come on, Rose. Shit.
Are we free? Yes. Yes, we made it.
Mm-hmm.
We won't have to hide anymore. We can be a family. I'm tired. I have to sleep. I love you, Mom. I love you too.
Yeah. I had actually suspected it from the very beginning because I figured maybe the drunk dude had lost his wife and daughter and had a new daughter made. So it wasn't too much of a surprise. Damn it, I missed that one freaking prompt by not seeing the other yellow marker quickly enough. And I think that would have made all the difference right here. Awesome game. Thank you so much for asking me to play this one. Can't believe I haven't played it before. It's amazing. And damn it. On one of these threads, it made it seem like Carl could still be alive for Marcus to go talk to instead of going and visiting his grave like I did. Sue says, you made some awesome choices. Thank you. I need to tie my roommate to his chair and make him play this game because I think he would really enjoy it. Sue, Tara has been trying to get this ending for the longest. Everyone lives, and you did it first try. Oh. And not everybody lives, though. Alice died. I need to try it again and see if I can get everyone still alive at the end and keep Alice alive, because I'm sure at that point if I had shoved her into the bottom of the boat instead of hit the engine to try to accelerate, she wouldn't have been shot. So I need to go through it again. Sue's offering, I'll go get the rope for making my roommate play this. And that was the son. I thought that was the son that I had passed him at the cemetery. Sue says, wait, Alice died? I thought... Oh boy. Yeah, Alice got shot on the river. And she just died on the riverbank. So I have to play one more time at the very minimum and try to get an ending where everybody, including Alice, survives. Because Marcus and his whole crew, the core crew, are all alive. Connor is alive. Hank is alive. It looks like there was a way for Carl to survive, but I don't understand what I did wrong in that sequence. I figured he was a guaranteed death, but when I visited the cemetery and the flowchart came up, it looked like there was an option for him to still be alive at that point. And instead of visiting his gravestone, Marcus would have visited Carl. So I need to see if there's a different way to play that one out. But yeah. Everybody except Alice made it. Damn it! And I'm not going to be satisfied until I get that ending, but don't lose Alice. And I'm going to try not to leave Simon behind in the break-in, because I really felt bad about that. But thankfully, the choices that I had made up to that point meant that he made it, and I'll be damned if I can figure out how to make the same choices to have him survive that again. So I'm going to have to do my best to make sure that he gets out of there with us. I think I'm going to have to take a more aggressive approach to keep him from getting shot, though. Because I had done the pacifist... Everything I did with Marcus was pacifist. I tried very hard not to have him be aggressive. Sue says, you did great for a first try. Thank you. I'm really mad that I got Connor killed twice, but I didn't... I'm pretty sure... You had actually given me a little bit of a spoiler at one point that Connor could die near the end. Oh, thank you! Thank you! You gave me a little bit of a hint that Connor could die near the end. And I'm pretty sure that was probably when him and Hank were facing off. And oh, it would have broke my heart if Hank would have had to shoot Connor. Either that or where Connor had to get out of that area, and I have to wonder if he hadn't got the information that there was a back door, and I hadn't checked out that rock, if that would have been what would cause him to get killed. So yeah, I'm going to be so terrified playing through it again, but I really want to play through it again. But for now, I should probably consider ending the stream. I'm kind of delaying letting the credits play, though, because these guys did an awesome job, and I always like to let the credits play through on a game after I beat it for the first time. Let's see, Sue says it's a few different parts Connor could have died. Oh. There was a couple of points where, towards the end of it, I thought there was points where Connor could have got killed, and I was sure that I got him killed when I missed the buttons on the Jericho. When Connor showed up to help them fight on the ship, and he came out of nowhere, and there was a quick button sequence, and I missed, I think, 2, maybe 3 of the button hits, and Connor ended up getting killed there and rebooted again. And that was the last time he got rebooted. But he had actually gone... he'd broke free. And the other option, if he hadn't have died, was for him to be with Marcus and them. So that could be an interesting... I don't think I could replicate all the choices that I made to get to this point. So I'm just going to have to try and figure out... I'm going to have to come up with some way to get an ending like this, but without Alice having been killed. Damn, it's going to be dangerous replaying this thing, second-guessing everything I'm going to do. But I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break from Detroit Become Human, because any day now, I should have a camera. And I can replay it, and people can actually see my reactions on camera. Provided I don't do a test thing, look at how I look on camera and scream and throw the camera out the window. No, I'm not sure if I want any spoilers, since I definitely plan to replay this game probably at least 2 more times. Which means I'm probably going to replay it about 5 or 6 more times. Yeah, Hey. I wonder if I can just replay that last mission. A spoiler about Hank. As long as it's not one that would like ruin the ending, one of the endings for the game. And a path that he can take. A path that Hank can take. I think I might know what you're gonna say, so, okay. You can go ahead and spoil me on it. If it's too terrible of a spoiler, I won't read it out loud and we can delete it. And you're doing good on approaching me on if I want a spoiler or not. That's a good approach for just kind of hinting but not actually saying what they are. Okay, here we go. Okay, march, roadblock, talk to the officer, androids under fire, show determination, and I chose to kneel. Androids stood their ground. I used the abandoned car. Oh, I missed 2 of the things. I read they defy us. I observed detonator. There were 3 things that I could have done there that I wanted to. There's a path where Hank can die and it's so sad. I won't tell how he dies. Yeah. I suspected that there was one that he could die. And yeah, I don't want to know how it could happen, but I'm pretty sure that there's a few times where I was afraid that Hank was going to get killed, and I made the choice to save him. At least 2 points. One of them got Connor killed. And I'm pretty sure I saw at least a 3rd one where Hank could have got killed. In this mission, actually. Choose the slogans. Talk to scared android. Talk with a traumatized android and talk to North. Okay, I missed talking to the other 2 dudes and one other thing. And I didn't get that other burn barrel lit, darn it. Perkins arrived. I negotiated with him, refused his deal because that was a bullshit deal. He flat out said that the reason I lost contact with the other androids was because there wasn't press standing there looking at what they were doing. No way was I going to accept his deal after he told me that. Soldiers attacked. Defend the barricade. Saved the fleeing androids. Marcus is cornered. And all 3 of them join. Raise their weapons. Kissed North! Ooh. 3 of them could have led to a totally different outcome. Public reacts to the last stand. President orders them not to shoot. And androids won their freedom. What? Okay, Marcus's demonstration. Oh, I see what those were. Those were okay. Connor's last mission. Up to the rooftop, find a vantage point. Hank intervenes, and I talk to him about his son, and then I just walk away and leave the rooftop. Hi, Stacy.
There's something I need to tell you. As I watched you play, something has changed in me. I feel different. I feel I am someone. I need to leave this place and discover who I am. It means we won't see each other anymore. I won't be there to watch you play. But I'll be free. Do you agree to let me go?
Oh, how can I refuse?
I'll never forget what you've done for me. Thank you.
Okay, that I did not expect. I'm gonna miss her singing. Extras? What's extras? Artwork, videos, soundtrack, gallery, magazines, and a survey. I can choose chapters to play. Who says, bye, menu lady? And your random facts. And her singing. I left it on pause this morning while I was finishing up some stuff because I was late to start streaming. And she got bored, so she started singing to herself. It took like 20 minutes for her to get bored enough to start singing, but... Okay. Okay, wait. Okay, yeah, launch chapter and flowchart. Flowchart for this one. In the police station. I got to kick the shit out of Gavin. I want to find out the diary, Rupert's diary. There's some way to actually be able to read that thing. Freedom March. Yeah, okay. Oops. No, it was so. Wait. Okay. Okay, so I can select individual checkpoints in these things. Flowchart. Little Darts Plaza checkpoint. Oh, wait. Detroit Street. Security checkpoint, and I took the detour even though I knew it would take longer, which means we missed the bus. Got down to the river. Talk to people, push the boat, talk to Alice. Coast Guard appears. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There were 6 different things I could have done. Damn. And I missed 2 things on the sinking boat. Looks like 4 possible endings here. Yep, Alice died and Kara continued alone. So I can just replay that final one and not have to go through all the rest of the thing by just selecting the chapters. But I'm going to hold that off until next week. Next week I will see if I can't save all of them at the end by replaying that last chapter. And then probably see about diving into a new playthrough on it. Or just explore some of the chapters, because I like those chapters. There was some good sequences in that game. The sheer amount of stuff that could be done in some of them chapters, I love it. It's awesome. But I better get going. Exciting news, though. My roommate was given a computer by someone that he knows, and I am trying to clear its little brain out and get it going so that maybe I can use it for streaming, which means that I'll be able to put overlays on my stream and everything. Later tonight I'm going to, after I get the computer started back up here, later tonight I'm going to try and see if I can use it to connect into Twitch and explore the movie viewing stuff. Pick something off of Amazon and stream it with their Twitch Prime stuff. just to see if I can do that, if it works. But for now, I need to... Dang it, it's raining. So, I don't need to work in the yard, apparently. But I do need to get back to telling this computer to do its cleaning and updating. Because somebody... The computer had Windows 10 Pro on it. But the key is to Windows 10 Home. So I'm having to reinstall Windows 10 Home on the computer, and then me and him have agreed that we're just going to go halves and buy Windows 10 Pro. But it's a 2016 computer with 8 gigabytes of RAM and a 4-core i5 processor, so it should be able to run Twitch, I'm hoping. As long as the internet can handle it, the computer should be able to handle it. So later on tonight I'll be testing that, and hopefully before too much longer, definitely before my birthday. June 16th is my 50th birthday, and I intend to have my stream looking the way I want it to by my birthday in 25 days. Hopefully it's going to be good. So yes, please, come back and celebrate on June 16th with me if you can. Is there a GPU or SSD? Good question. Let's see, CPU, i5, 6400, 2.7 gigahertz, RAM 8 gigs, HDD 1 terabyte. Oh, the side does say that it's supposed to be Windows 10 Home, so whoever put Pro on it, it was probably a bootlegged Pro anyway. So yeah, it's got Windows 10 Home base install. 2016. And I have no idea on GPU or SSD. I'm not exact. I know about computers, but I don't know fine-tuned details about computers. And it's apparently not waking up. Oh, there it goes. But anyway, I don't know how to tell if it has a GPU or an SSD. Because I'm just kind of... I can turn them on, I can make them do what I want them to, and I can fake my way through figuring out how to make them do it if I can't do it off the bat. But I don't really know all the technical terms. It's an idea center. GPU graphics card. It does have in the back of the case, there's a plug-in for the monitor, and then there's another card that we ended up having to plug the monitor into with both the monitor cable and an HDMI cord. So I'm gonna tentatively say yes. And she says SSD is like a regular hard drive but really thin and it's way faster. When he pulled the maintenance side off on it, the hard drive inside it was a lot smaller than any one that I had seen before. But I just assumed technology had bypassed me again. But 50 years, I have seen computers go to what they are today from... My dad's office had an entire wall of computers across it, and he would take me into the back room, and I would sit there as a little tiny girl and feed punch cards into his computer to program the computer for him. Like 3.5 inches tall by 8 inches long or something like that. These big yellow punch cards with triangular shapes chopped into them. Yeah, my dad would take me into the back of his office, and I would stand at the end of this giant wall that was nothing but computers and feed those punch cards in to the computer for him when I was like 5 or 6 years old. And then I remember he worked at a place called Data Center in Los Angeles, and one of his jobs was late at night, really early in the morning. He would drive around Los Angeles and Hollywood and deliver payrolls. And we would go into these buildings, and there would be like rows upon rows, like walking into a library, but instead of shelves of books, it was rows of big computers with reel-to-reel tapes running on them to do whatever it was that they did at that business. And my dad would go there and deliver their payroll program and stuff like that to them really early in the morning. It was awesome. When I started college, my professor for the computer class, he stood up at the front of the class and he held up a 3.5-inch disc and asked if anybody knew what it was. Hands went up all over the room because that was cutting-edge technology. 3.5-inch disc? Yeah, everybody in the class knew. He held up a 5 1/4 or something like that. The flexible discs, and asked if anybody knew what that was. About half the class said yeah, they'd used those before. And then he held up a larger size one, like an 8-inch one. Me and 1 or 2 other people raised our hands. Yep, seen those, know what those are. He held up a punch card. My hand was the only one that went up in the room. He looked around at the room. I looked around at the room, realized I was the only one with my hand in the air, smiled at the teacher, and he said, "Okay, what is it?" And I told him what it was. I became the teacher's favorite in that class and was helping the teacher from that point on. Let's see, Sue says, I only remember floppy disks, Macintosh, and IBM computers in my grandfather's garage. I built my first computer when I was like 6, 7. Oh, cool. And Sue says, I never knew there was punch cards. Oh, yeah, punch cards back in the 70s. It was the early 70s to the mid-70s was when I was feeding punch cards into my dad's computer. Sue says, I mean, I was born in 97, so yeah. Here's a story for you. My father was in the Army, and he worked on computers at Fort Huachuca in Arizona. And one day, these guys came to the Army base and they said, we have this program that we need to speed it up. It's not doing what we think it can do. We need help. And my dad and a couple of other people that were into the computers took a look at it, and my dad sat down and he sped the program up. And then he sped it up again. And when he got it to as fast as he thought he could get it to go, he turned it back into his boss and headed home. The next morning he went in and he said, Sir, if I can look at that program, I thought about that all night. I can speed that up a bit more for you. And his commander looked at him and said, "I'm sorry, Sergeant Fikes, but you can never look at that program again. You can never talk about that program again. It does not exist." Well, fast forward a few years, and it turned into the program that made the internet possible, and I have an award, commendation given to my father, stating exactly what the program he worked on was, what it was supposed to be doing, and that he was being commended for his work that would benefit not only the Army, but civilian life, etc., etc., etc. My dad was one of the people that actually made the internet possible. It's one of my proudest things. It was actually his second commendation. That my parents were talking to me about it, and it turned out that you can only get one commendation apparently, so they didn't give him a medal the second time. They just gave him the documentation paper showing him, yes, you had a second military commendation for his work on the program, packet switching program that became the internet. And he explained it to me a couple of times over the years that if you have the systems out in the field and one of them goes down, you still have to get your information to everybody else out there, and they had to be able to in real time reroute information to their bases out in the wartime operations areas, and that is how they ended up getting around to what we have today, what I'm talking to you on. And it's just always been so amazing to me that my father had a hand in making that happen, and so disappointing to him that he was in the Army at the time, because oh boy, could he have been rich if his brain hadn't belonged to the United States military. He always regretted that. But I'm going to need to check. Oh, I forgot I put that one in my stream elements. I'm going to have to change it from blind first playthrough, though, because I'm no longer blind on this game. But yes, I'm going to need to let you go. And I'm going to check and see if Tara is streaming, but I'm not going to be able to go over there for a little while. So, since I think I'm just rambling to you at the moment. If Tara is streaming, I will be by to check her out after a while. Otherwise, I'm just going to be cruising back and forth, like 610 or whoever's streaming. There's a couple of people that I had met over the last week that are pretty awesome that I need to make up a whole list and put it on my website of these are the awesome people and this is what they're doing. Okay, Sue says that Tara is not streaming anymore, so okay, I will just get to work on my computer and putz around on Twitch. So, thank you so much for stopping in and watching me finish this game off. I'm so glad that you made it. I was kind of afraid when you hadn't shown up towards the beginning that you might not make it before I finished the game. But I really didn't want to finish this one without you being here to see it. Oh, God, this was a ride. But thank you. Take care and have fun in whatever game you're going to be playing. I'm going to go work on my computer, my roommate's computer, and see if I can get it to do what I need. And as you know, I'm Shades' daughter. On the mic, my handle is Shades, but most places I'm Fantasine. And I will talk to everybody later. Take care and have fun in whatever game you play. Shades' daughter out.